lot of people were rooting for that. A lot of people loved, not just a lot of people, I loved that apartment. In case you are wondering what apartment she's talking about, yeah, so this video,
my life's about to change.
yeah, when I wanted to move into the house, I was so happy, full of hope, like, oh my god, beautiful, wonderful, good vibes and everything. But guys, I suffered. When people are telling you that these are the things to note before moving to a Lagos house, listen to them, because those people know what they are saying. The straw that broke the camel's back was when I saw snake. I had PTSD for months. Like, I felt life go out of me. I was screaming. I was saying all sorts of profanities, words like thick Yoruba words that I never thought I could say in my life. I was just saying it. Oh my god, still thinking about it, I feel these shivers. Oh Jesus. There were many snakes in my room. Like, they were coming to bite me, but they could not. Like, they were coming. I just, wall gecko was everywhere. Like, I was basically living with them. I knew their lifestyle. I knew their mind, everything. We were parties, we were buddies, we were together. Guys, I need to watch this video if you are planning to rent an apartment in Lagos. Hi guys, Sarah Lale here. Today I'll be talking about why I moved from my previous apartment. You know, this is just a year and 2 months of making decision to start living alone and everything. But in a year, I decided not to continue living in the apartment. I decided not to renew my rent, and then I moved to another place, and I'm going to be talking about why. Because a lot of people were rooting for that. A lot of people loved, not just a lot of people, I loved that apartment. So the fact that I moved, you know, was not a very easy decision for me, but I had to do that. In case you are wondering what apartment she's talking about, yeah, so this video,
My life's about to change. But I feel some type of way. Your life's
yeah, I'm sure you can remember that video. I think that's one of the most like best performing video on my channel, and I'm going to put the link up here for you to watch. So that's the house, and you know, when I wanted to move into the house, I was so happy, full of hope, like, oh my god, beautiful, wonderful, good vibes and everything. But guys, I suffered. I suffered. Oh my god. Before I decided to live alone, before I started even looking for apartments, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, especially renting house in Lagos, what you should know and everything. But nothing prepared me for like real life situations. When people are telling you that these are the things to note before moving to a Lagos house, listen to them, because those people know what they are saying. Like, I'm not even joking. They know what they are saying. You need to watch this video if you are planning to rent an apartment in Lagos. Watch, like, you need to watch it. You need to watch so that you would make the right decision for yourself. So, you know, some of the things that happened. Number one, the apartment was infested with insects and everything. I wanted to die. Like, so it was really crazy. The apartment was infested, and I think it was because the area is like an estate, you know, like a developing estate. So they were just building houses, and there were a lot of bushes and everything. And I chose the place because I liked the view. The view from my office was really nice. I get to see like trees, leaves, and because I'm a nature person, so I felt like, oh, this is beautiful and all. Guys, I did not know that nature comes with nature. Like, when you want the leafy and planty part of nature, it also comes with the insects and everything. It was not funny. Like, and do you know the thing is, there is a way nature can be outside your house and you'll be safe in the house. But I was not safe in the house because, number one, the house was full of holes. I took some pictures, so I will put it on the screen. I don't know if I'll still find it because it's been a long time already. The house was full of holes, so you know, a lot of things were able to enter. Now, when I was coming into the house, I didn't fumigate the way I was supposed to. I didn't know that it needed serious fumigate. I just got this fleet, and I just fleeted that, oh, get better house. And then when I fleeted, I saw. I guess you don't know what fleet is. I'm sure you should know, right? Fleet is like insecticide, putting insecticide in the house. So I saw like some little cockroaches. I was like, oh, normal stuff. I'm sure the house is fine now. But there were holes in the house. Apparently, the person living there before had an AC, so the AC vent goes outside. There were a lot of weird holes in the house that a lot, like, you could never count how many holes there were. When you see this, so there's another hole inside another hole. So there are so many things always going on in your room. You see in the room, you see holes of ants and insect, like ants. They'll just be lining up and be coming out like this. So it's really scary. Now, like I was saying, there's one thing for nature to be outside and you inside, right? So the holes made these insects and everything to have access into the house, and that was not all. The window was really bad. The windows were bad. Like the window was so weird that someone from outside could open my window while I'm asleep and I'll know me. That was that kind of the kind of window was so weird. I don't know if I see it online. I'm going to show you how that window. But if you remember, I don't know if I snapped it, just so you can get the kind of window I'm talking about. The window was really bad. So even when you close it, someone from outside can open, like I said. And then there was this middle part that was open, so tiny insects could get in, and then they would sting me morning, afternoon, and night. Whenever I was working at night and I turn on my light, problem, different types of insects will be coming in. In fact, I got so used to seeing insects that I knew the seasons for every insect. So when it is spider season, I will see spider in my house. When it is bed, nah, I didn't see bed bug. Thankfully, thank God, there were no bed bugs. When it is which other one? Maybe house fly. There's this tiny black one that stings to different ones. Now the camel that broke, the straw that broke the camel's back was when I saw snake. Guys, snake. So I went to the back of the house. What was I even going to do? Okay, yeah. So usually I would lock my window when I'm going out. So I came back. When normally when I come back from outside like that, I'll just go to the back of my window to open it, because it was so stressful to open, and the window was so stressful that I would not close it from inside. I'll just close it. I won't lock it, so that instead of, how will I explain it? So instead of going to unlock the window from inside and opening several open before you can unlock window, so I'll just close it in like this. So when I'm coming back, I'll go from outside and just open it easily like that. I don't know if you understand, but yeah, that was the life. So I went back that day, to open it, and then I saw the snake, this green snake. Oh my god, like I had PTSD for months because of this snake. I saw the green snake and I was so scared. Like I felt like go out of me. I was screaming. I was saying all sorts of profanities, words like thick Yoruba words that I never thought I could say in my life. I was just saying it. I was shouting, and interestingly enough, all my neighbors were not around that day. That day was so weird. And then I was just like, God, what is going on? I was screaming. I ran away. So one man from the back of the house that I usually greet, he and his family, and so the man came with his cutlass. He was like, what's up? I said it was a snake. We went there to check. We did not see any snake. And do you know what really scared me about the snake? When I saw the snake, I was just like, snake, oh Jesus. I was so scared and shaky. I was not really scared though. What scared me the most was when I saw that the snake entered my window. It entered inside my window. So I was thinking it entered the house. So eventually we realized that there was no way it could get into the house, because the window of that part was well secured, the cement was good, and thankfully, thank Jesus. Oh my God, still thinking about it, I feel these shivers. Oh Jesus. Oof. So the snake entered, and that was when I screamed, Lord, what is going on? What kind of house is this? Snake! And the man came, tried to even enter there, but I could not enter my house. He entered the house and he checked for the snake. He didn't see any snake. The fact that, I never knew I would have to narrate this story. I could not sleep because I was always thinking. In fact, there was a time I slept and it was so serious that I dreamt that there were many snakes in my room. Like they were coming to bite me, but they could not. Like they were coming. I just woke up and I realized it was a dream. I was like, Jesus, what is this? It was so serious. I was so scared. When if I want to open my wardrobe, I'll be scared that a snake could jump out on me. If I enter a room, I will first look under the bed or under anything. If there is any furniture, I'll first look under to be sure that there was no snake. And then a friend of mine told me that anywhere I see cockroaches, there are no snakes, because if a snake is where a cockroach is, the snake will definitely eat the cockroach. So whether that was true or not, I didn't even bother checking. I just believed it, and that was one thing that helped me. So there were lots of cockroaches in the house. So whenever I see a cockroach, I'm like, oh, there's no snake here. I will feel rested. So serious. Even my parlor, everywhere was scary to me, because I was like, this snake could be anywhere. Because I literally saw it enter into the window, even though people said it was not possible. The fact that I saw it, my mind could not even take that off. And then in the house there, it was wall gecko reading. Like cockroaches could not even stay as much in the house because of wall gecko. Because wall gecko was everywhere. Like I was basically living with them. I knew their lifestyle, I knew their mind, everything. We were parties, we were buddies, we were together, guys. It was this serious. It was like I went to live in the animal kingdom. And there was this part, I took that picture. There was this part of the house, the toilet of my home office. I don't, if you notice, during that time I rarely went to my home office. I rarely did, because the place was always infested. The toilet of my home office was cockroach infested. If I clean this week, the next week they are everywhere, because wall geckos we bite the cockroach and kill them, and then they will now spread on the ground. I can see like hundreds of them at a time. Oof. Oof. It looks like I'm telling tales, but thankfully I took pictures, so you're going to see it. And then there came a time that there was this weird thing. There was this weird muddy thing, and they said it was termite. It will all of a sudden just spread across the house. And you know that house was big, so it was even more scary because it was big. What could you possibly do if you walk on this part of it, everywhere, and then you now see wall gecko poo all around the house? You know, they are black. I'm so disgusted. For someone like me that gets easily irritated, I was always irritated in the house, always. And the house was so beautiful, and I was like, why did they do this house like that? Why did they not do it well? And this house is too fine for all of this rubbish that I'm going through. I went through a lot, guys, a lot. So I decided, nah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. And I also realized that I didn't like a big house. I don't know how to explain it. You know, living alone, living in a big house was just so weird. I rarely went to my parlor. People who visit me know that I was always cooked up in my room, and I don't even know why. Because now in this new house that I am, I'm always in the parlor. I want to go to the parlor. My parlor feels peaceful and good to me. But in that house, I didn't like going to the parlor. Till now, I can't explain why. I don't know. There were just so many things. It was messing in my head. Like the fact that I could clean this place right now, and then I go the next morning, and then there's cobwebs everywhere. There's insect poo. There's wall gecko. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like sometimes I'll be in the parlor. Okay, I feel like I didn't go to the parlor a lot because the room felt like the cleanest place in the house to stay. Maybe because I was always there, so there were lesser insects and geckos and everything. My room felt like the cleanest place in the house. So I was always in the room, walked in the room, everything. Even if I want to watch movies, I have TV, like 50 inches TV in the parlor. I'll not go there. I'll prefer to stay in my room and use my laptop. Except if I wanted to film, because then I would go to the parlor. It was really crazy. I won't even lie. You guys, like, I really suffered. It messed with my brain. Like, I was always so scared. Oh yes, and I didn't even talk about the scorpions. Like in that parlor, I would see scorpion in a particular place in the parlor. I usually see scorpion, and then there's this cloth I usually hang on my chair. So when I sold the chair, because I didn't like the chair, so I sold it. I used to put the cloth on the ground, you know, like maybe something to clean my leg when I'm going and coming. I saw scorpion like 2 to 3 times while I was there, or even more. I'll just see and I'll be so scared. Like the first time I saw it, I don't think I'd ever seen a scorpion like that in my life. So the first time I saw it, I was like, what's this? I didn't use my hand because I've always been careful of that. So it was right there in my parlor, somewhere I could have stepped on. So I packed it and threw it away. It was already dead. And so I saw it again. Okay, yeah. So after that time, yes, after I threw the scorpion away, I checked my phone, like, My mind just told me it could be a scorpion. Like, scorpion in this house, that would be scary. How did it enter? I searched and I saw that the picture staring before me was exactly what I saw on the ground. Ah, life wanted to come out of me. I was like, added to all these things we're going through. Scorpion, Jesus, nah, I can't take this anymore. So thankfully I had not renewed my rent at the time. So I wanted to escape. Like, I don't want to do this again. And you know that it's really hard to get an apartment in Lagos, especially an apartment that fine. I even had a real estate agent told me that I should not leave the apartment because the money was really okay for a 2-bedroom flat and the apartment was POP, like nice like that I should not leave. I was like, no, my sanity is better than the amount I need to pay POP and shit. Nah, I don't want. I need to be sane. I'm going through a lot in this house. I'm not fine. So my mom was like, she wants to leave because the real estate agent knows my mom. So my mom was like, she wants to leave and she will leave. Like, because since I told her about the snake, my mom was so worried. Like, you need to leave that house. You need to leave that house. If possible, come and stay in my house. Sarah, I'm not chasing you from the house. Come to this house. Yeah, you get. So, but I was like, I'll be fine. So I moved out. Of course, I had help and everything. It's moving. I went out something. I didn't get any place. So I reached out to one of the people that helped me with that house, and then they helped me get this place. And this place has been really nice. Number one, is very cozy, like cozy. I never knew the meaning of cozy until I got to this house. There's a way it's not too small and it's not too big. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but I really love it, and I feel like this is the right place to live. And I also feel like a lot of times when we watch the influencers that we love online or sometimes we tend to want what they want without thinking of what we want. So I feel like that was what happened to me with that house. But trust me, that house was a steal. The pricing and everything, the designs. If that house was not having all those insect issues and all, 100, I loved it. I loved it. There were so many decors I wanted to do in the house, but I was not motivated. You notice that I rarely did any decor, apart from all the TVs and everything that I bought. But this house, the decor that has been decoring, the design, everything I've been coming up with, I've really loved it. This house is like really cozy, and it's not as big as I want. Like, especially the kitchen. The kitchen is not 100% what I want, but I can actually make use of it. And also, it's not a 2-bedroom flat, and I think that's fine because number one, cost of living. Now, the cost of living when I moved into that former house is so different because the same amount of money I paid for that former place, 2-bedroom, is the amount I'm paying here for this 1-bedroom. I don't know if that makes sense. So you see how funny life is. I'm paying the same amount, 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, and this one is not even POP, and yet I'm paying the same amount. So cost of living has really risen, and so there's no difference. Why not just stay in a house that is very comfortable and all? Of course, there are some things that are not 100% in this house, but the fact that I don't wake up to walk gecko poke, that if I clean my house, I wake up in the morning and my house is clean, I can walk barefooted, because whenever the ground is bad, I can't walk barefooted. Like, I don't know if there's someone like me out there and you understand me. So if the ground is dirty in any way and I walk barefooted, it drives me crazy. Like, something just comes on in my head and I'm like, this is not what I want in my life. So I naturally wear slippers around the house, because if I step on anything disgusting, it drives me crazy. But in this place, even sometimes when I don't wear slippers around the house, not every time, sometimes when I don't wear slippers around the house, I feel comfortable. I walk and there's no sand on the ground, there's no dirt. Oh Lord, feels good. And so I see wall gecko. The first time I came to this house and I saw wall gecko, I was shivering in PTSD. Like, no. But it's actually not that bad. I see wall gecko like once in a blue moon, and sometimes I'll kill them. I'll just be like, you know what? Yeah, I should just leave me. I don't want to deal with this. And then there's the ants. Oh, and then this place is upstairs, so really good. I wanted upstairs intentionally because I feel like downstairs is more susceptible to insects and everything. So this place is so much better. Okay, guys. So enough about my new beautiful house that I love so much. Let me now tell you like things to look out for when renting a house in Lagos. Guys, I wrote a list when I was going through a lot in that house. So let me help you out with my list. Number one, windows intact, no spaces. So I made sure to get a mental picture of the window in that house, and I decided that I would not have that kind of window again in this new house. So That was one thing I was checking all the houses I was going for. If I see that window, I say no, I don't want it. Now, even in this place, I noticed now that there's something with the builders. This house now, I'm the first person to move into it. Nobody has moved into it before. But there's something wrong with the people building houses these days because they do not take care of the window. Like the way they do the windows these days, there's always an opening, and I'm like, why is it like that? It was not usually like that before. And sincerely, it's a really big deal. So that's number one thing. Ensure to check the windows, that there are no spaces, that they are intact. Ensure to check that if you are living downstairs, someone cannot open your window and steal from you so easily. That at least they will go through some struggles before they can steal from you. Very important. Check that insects, whether big or small, cannot enter through your window. And even the net of the window, check that there are not tiny holes that little insects can come in through. These are very important actually. You need to be in this situation before you realize how important these sort of things are. Number two, no holes on walls. I feel like these are some things that you can never really avoid. Sincerely, can never, like here now, there's like 2% of holes on walls. There are no holes on walls like that, but there are holes on walls. So luckily no one has lived here before, so it's not really noticeable. But I noticed some holes in the kitchen, in the bedroom. I'm like, why are there holes? What is this? What are you people doing wrong? And I'm planning to cover it one way or this. They are like little holes. I don't know what they mean, but they are not really affecting like that, so that's fine. Okay, three, no space under doors. Yeah, so the house I previously lived, the door, how will I put it, the entrance door, the door that leads outside, there is space on it. I think that was how the scorpions were coming in through, even though there were so many avenues they could have come through, but there was space on that door. So many things would enter inside through under the door. Guys, I'm happy I'm in a better place now. Now I can tell my story. Alright, so ensure that there are no space under doors. And if you notice you got a nice house, but there are space under doors and all, there's this thing I saw on Instagram that someone was selling. It's like I don't know, it's like something you can put under your door that will cover you. It will totally block your door, that nothing can come in or go out through the door. So you can get something like that. It will be really nice. Alright, water coming out of every part of the house. Oh guys, that's true, I didn't tell you. When I moved into the house, the water was working well, but sometimes it had issues. I told the landlord, he called the plumber to check it that day, but I think they didn't do anything about it. By the time I moved into the house, maybe 1 week after, the water started from coming out very well to trickling, from trickling to not coming out at all. It was so serious. I called the plumber to check. There was no progress, and sometimes when the plumber comes, that's when I have a lot of bills to pay, and I was barely managing. I was like, no, I don't want to waste money on this. So what I would do was, whenever I want to do anything in the kitchen, the integral part of the house where water should be, I'll go and fetch water from the bedroom to use in the kitchen, to wash plate and everything. It was very annoying and suffocating. So I made sure to write down in my list that there must be water in every part of the house. If I am in the kitchen, water should be coming out from the kitchen. I should not go and get water in the bedroom. If I'm in the bedroom, shower should work, faucet should work, the tap should work, the WC should work. Every part of the house must have water. And thankfully I was able to get that. So you should ensure to get that. If you notice that when you went to check the house, you opened the tap and it was only trickling, you need to get to the root of that matter, because by the time you pay, nobody will attend to you again. You're on your own. No noise. Very, very important. No noise. There was one house that we saw. Me and my mom went to check the house. That, oh, let me see if I like this house and everything. The moment I heard this mosque sound like this, I was like, no, I don't even want to see the house already. I'm not getting this house because of the mosque noise and everything. This place I live, there are children around, so sometimes I get children noise, but sincerely, it's way better. So you need to choose your demon. Like, it feels like there is always one demon or the other in Lagos apartment. So you need to choose the one that you are fine with. And I feel like the children's noise is better. When they are off to school, I'm at home, I'm fine, no noise. And maybe at night, I'm fine too. So you need to choose your demon, like I said. But ensure that there are no noise. Like, let it be noise that you can deal with. Don't stay beside a clubhouse or a church or a mosque. There, you will go through it. Like someone like me that Whenever I'm just about to sleep, if I hear the slightest noise, I will wake up and I might not be able to go to sleep again. I will start getting headache. I knew that I needed to get a place without noise. So that's, if that's important to you too, you should check that. No insect or wall geckos. While you cannot totally eradicate that, you need to be intentional too about that in your house. No bush around or nearby. I learned the hard way. Me that I love nature. I said it's fine. I'm just going to get plants. I want to live in a place that has no nature. Leave nature. I'll get plants and keep them in the house, because I went through a lot just because I had bush nearby. It was really bad, really bad. I saw all sort of insects in my life. There was one insect I saw that the body was thick, and then inside of it was the real insect. So sometimes when you see the body, you think it's just mere stick. You might even hold it until you start seeing the air coming out and everything. I saw different types of insects in that area, in that house that I previously lived. So make sure that there are no bushes nearby. If not, you deal with the consequences. Check that all sockets and extensions are intact. Luckily, I'm the first one to live in this house, so I don't really have that problem because they just did everything. But you need to check before moving into there, especially if you know that you don't have money to do unnecessary things. All you have is maybe money for feeding and buy furniture, home decor and all. If you know you don't have money for unnecessary things that the landlord is supposed to do, then you should check that before moving in. Check that there are no bills on the prepaid meter. That's very important. Like I said, I'm the first person in this house, so there are no bills on my prepaid meter. If you're not the first person in that house, check that there are no bills on the prepaid meter. If not, you bear the brunt. Ensure that the water is neat. Another thing I went through in that former house was that the water was really dirty and you'd have to wait for a while. So if you just pump the water will come out very dirty and you cannot use it to bath or cook at the time. So you'd have to wait till later, when the dirt has gone down before you'll be able to use the clean water. That's just bullshit. So the water here is so clean that I drink directly from the tap. So you need to check that. Ensure that your landlady or landlord does not live in the house. Now, in the previous house I lived, it wasn't bad. Our landlord was not living in the house, but it was almost time for me to leave when I realized that his sister was not living upstairs. So she would peddle different rumors and everything. I played music, and I love music. I played music. She tell her brother that I was playing music. I didn't even know. I didn't know she was his sister. I didn't know, actually. I didn't know I was living with the landlady. Crazy. She said her brother was playing music, and the funny thing was they were always disturbing me. They were staying upstairs, I was staying downstairs. They were always disturbing me. She would pound yam at night. She would make noise. Sometimes they would drag things, and I didn't complain because I was like, I don't want to bother myself complaining, because these are things they cannot help. You gotta drag things once in a while in your house. You gotta pound yam because you gotta eat. So I was like, I won't disturb anybody. But I realized she was reporting everything I did. Then she even, because when I wanted to enter, the man was so kind, he didn't collect a caution or damages fee. So maybe when I'm doing something in the kitchen, she should tell the man that, that I'm doing something in the kitchen and she thinks I might have destroyed the house and everything. So the man will reach out. I didn't collect damages from you. Hope you're not spoiling the kitchen. I'll be like, spoiled it. Please, sir, come and check your house. The house is intact. And when I was even leaving, the landlord was like, he loved the way I used the house. It was so neat. I was like, why would it not be neat? I was like, I barely left my room. Why won't it be neat? It was even when I was leaving, the landlord was now saying, why are you leaving? Tell me. So I was, saying, this is what I've been going through. He was now checking. He was like, look at the window. I'm so sorry. Man, if I was not, nobody would care. I've been staying in that house for so long. In fact, when I moved to the house and I saw the wall gecko, I told the man, sir, I'm going through a lot with this wall gecko. He said that's his house system. There's nothing to do about it. So when I was moving, I was now like showing that he cared. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I was just like, just happy I'm leaving. You get. Another thing you should do is check for internet connection in every part of the house. Like on your internet, go and check. And you can even use this internet thing. There's this internet site. I can't remember what it is. To check internet speed, you can check it in the parlor, check it in the room, in the kitchen, everywhere, because it is important. Actually, when I wanted to come into this house, the internet in the room was not really good. But eventually, when I moved in, it became better. Sometimes it to go, sometimes it to come. So I don't know if it's really reliable. Yeah, but check. Ask neighbors or talk to the neighbors. I never really got to do that, or it was quite easy for me with this place, because when I wanted to move in, the man that helped me to get this place, he had a friend, or he has a friend in this compound. So the friend is the neighbor. Do you get? So we just went to meet him, and he was able to tell me, oh, this and that. So I didn't really have to go and meet neighbors and start asking. So it was just fine. So you should do that. Ask the neighbors. Maybe after the agent has taken it, you can go back on your own. And some people say go back on a Sunday when people are around. Ask them, how is the house? Can I move in? You get some neighbors that might lie that, oh, it's fine, move in. And you get some truthful ameboyish neighbors that will be like, don't move in, no, it's this, it's that. So yeah, that's my little list of things to look out for before renting an apartment, and I hope it's very helpful. I will just say that don't be too stringent. You might not see everything you want in one apartment, but if you can make use of it, maybe the apartment is perfect but does not have POP. You can just do your POP there if you have the money. But if you don't have the money, leave it sincerely. Nobody cares. This my apartment does not have POP, and I don't think I've ever noticed. My chandelier is there and it's beautiful, so that's all that matters. So don't be too stringent. Just make sure that the things that make you comfortable are in your apartment. I hope that you enjoyed this video and my story. Thank you very much, and for watching to this extent. Kindly like, comment, subscribe, and everything. Thank you. Bye.